Hello guys, so just coming up with a new video, and I'm being pretty sure that every iPhone user would like this, because in this video we are just going to discuss about the new basic 2021 settings of an iPhone, especially related to iOS 14, which every iPhone user should know about it and should use it. So please watch till the end, please like, share and subscribe. And even a single click of yours, I know that it doesn't cost you much, but believe me, I'm telling, it really boosts us a lot. So please like, share and subscribe to this channel for more info, especially for Apple products. And I know that a lot of people would be knowing about this, but who don't know, so just follow these instructions, follow these settings, make sure that you have to follow these settings on your iPhone. And I think this could be the last video related to iOS 14, because as you know that from the next month, from 7th of June in WWDC, we are going to get a new update, iOS 15. So new features will be coming. The full system of an iPhone is going to change next month. But so till then, just you should know these basic settings. So let's check it out, the new basic settings of an iPhone related to iOS 14, which every iPhone user should know about it. So let's check it out, the first setting. So this is being the home screen of my iPhone. So you can see there is a one settings app over here. So first of all you have to do is you have to open this settings app, and then you have to scroll down. After scrolling down, you will be getting this mail app over here, just underside of passwords. So what you have to do, you have to open this mail app. In this mail app, while scrolling down, you will be getting an option, blocked sender options, just above of blocked. So you have to open this blocked sender options. In this blocked sender options, you will be getting two options under section of actions. The first one is leave inbox, and second one is move to bin. So generally what it is that we guys are having a tendency to put someone in our blocked list, especially the people to whom we don't like. Okay, so in this option, what you can do, if you don't want to see his or her email, if you don't want to keep their emails in your system, in your iPhone, in your MacBook, whatever, so you can straight away select this move to bin. So what it is, what it does, the basically, if they try to send you any kind of email, and if you don't want to see that, it will automatically goes to bin section. It will automatically go to trash. So it will not give you any kind of notification over there. So this is, some people used to keep leave inbox, but I'm recommending to you have to select this move to bin, because it is from the people which you already put them in your blocked section. If you are putting them in your blocked section, it means that you don't like them. If you don't want to see their emails and all, then you have to select this move to bin option. The second thing, and then you have to go back in the mail option only. So you have to go down in the last, down below you can see here signature. So you have to open this signature like the way I have written my name over here. So what it is, so generally you are having an idea whenever you are sending any kind of email to anyone, so the person who's being receiving your emails, so in your email you will see that in the down below it is being written one line, sent from my iPhone. It is coming by default from the Apple support only, that if you're sending any kind of email, it will automatically at the down below of your email, it will be written sent from my iPhone. So that if you want to change, you can change it over here. So like the way I have written my name, so you can change it with your name. So like the way my name is Mandeep Singh, so I'm just writing down over here Mandeep Singh. So what it does, so now from now, if you are sending any kind of email to anyone, so the person who's been receiving your email, he will see your name at the down below of your email. So this is being a very good option. So instead of sent from my iPhone, you can write your name, so that that person can easily guess about you, that this email is being coming from that particular person. So you have to write your name, and you can write anything, your rank also, like I'm putting a third officer or a captain, anything. So this is being one of the very good option. You have to use this thing, Mandeep Singh. And so this is being the first setting. So So the second one, what you have to do, so just see, so this is the home screen of an iPhone. So again, you have to go to settings app. In the settings app, so you have to scroll down, you have to go to photos section. So here you can see the photo section on the side of TV, so you have to click it. So you have to open this photo and then just scroll down, and you will be getting one option over here, mobile data. So you have to click it and you have to open this. So this mobile data, so what it is basically, if you are having an unlimited data, means there is no restriction in using of data, you can use as much as you can. Only then it is being recommendable that you have to switch both this on. You can switch it on both mobile data and unlimited updates. But in case if you are having a limited data, means like 1 GB or 2 GB per day, then it is always being recommendable that you have to put it off the both. So what it is actually, so it is generally, if you are clicking any photo in your cell phone, then after clicking that photo, then your Apple support system, it will automatically uploaded your photos in your iCloud account. That is by using your mobile data. So unnecessarily they are using your mobile data. So if you are having a limited data, so just make sure you have to keep both these mobile data and unlimited updates to be off. So this is being one of the settings. So do not so that you are being able to save your data for your other purposes, for your other things. So just keep it switch off if you are having a limited data. So the third one, it's being really very important. So again, you have to go to your settings app. In the settings app, you can see your photo over here, your Apple account on topmost. What you have to do is you have to open your account. In this account, you will be getting one option over here, find my, just under media and purchase. So you have to go to find my option, and in this find my option, you will be getting one option, find my iPhone. Here you can see it is on, so you have to open this. So this section is being really very important to every iPhone user, and I'm being strongly recommending to you guys that you have to switch on all these three. The first one, find my iPhone, the second one, find my network, and the third one is send last location. So first one is find my iPhone. Generally what it is, so suppose you lose your cell phone, still you can make a track of your cell phone by logging into your find my app, and you only can track your cell phone if this thing, if this one is being switched on, this find my iPhone section is switched on. So always to keep it on all the time. So the second one is find my network. That is also being very important, you have to keep it on all the time. What it does, even like suppose if you lose your cell phone, and even if your cell phone is offline, still you are being able to track your cell phone through logging into find my app. So this second thing, find my network, is also very important, so you have to keep it on all the time. And the third thing is send last location. That is also very important. So if you lose your cell phone, and suppose if your cell phone is dying of the battery, or if somebody picks up and he tries to switch off your cell phone, still you can locate, you can track the last location of your cell phone through logging into find my app. So this section, all three section, is being really very important. Make sure these all three sections should be switched on all the time. So the next setting is, again you have to go to your settings app. In the settings app, you have to scroll down, and scroll down, you have to go to your phone section. Here it is, phone section, under side of your voice memo. So you have to open your phone section. In your phone section, you will be getting one option over here, announce calls. So you have to open this announce calls, and you will be getting four options. The first one is always, second is headphones and car, third one is headphones only, and fourth one is never. So you will be getting these four options. Generally what it is, in this announce calls, generally whenever anybody calls you, then your this cell phone will announce his name, who's been calling to you, the name which you have already been saved in your cell phone for that particular person. So it's a good feature. So first of all, we can discuss this always, and I'm being not recommending to you guys that you have to switch this on. So you should not switch on this always, because in always it will always announce the name of that person who's been calling to you. sometimes you will be getting your personal calls and you don't want to tell the other people around you that which person and who's being calling to you, so you should not switch it on. Second one is headphones and car. Even if you're wearing your headphone and you're driving, still it will announce the name of that person who's been calling. It's a good thing. And third one is headphones only. Suppose I'm being always recommending to you that you have to choose either headphones only or you have to choose headphones and core. This headphones only, suppose I'm just giving one example. Suppose you are doing gym, you are inside your gym and your cell phone is somewhere else, but you are using your headphones. So if somebody is calling you, then from your headphone only you can listen. It will announce the name of that person who's been calling and you can pick up from there only. So this is very good option over here. So I'm being recommending to you to use this headphones only, or you can use headphones and core also. And the fourth one is never, if you don't want to listen this option, so that if you want that your cell phone should not be announced any name of that person who's been calling to you, then you can put it to never also. But I am just putting it on headphones only because I'm using my AirPods a lot. Most of the time, whenever I just get a chance, I used to use my AirPods and I always keep this on headphones only. So this is being a very good option, very good features and option, and the decision is yours. Whatever you like, you can switch it on. So next setting, again you have to go to your settings app. In the settings app, in the top four, you can see the fourth one, mobile data over here. So generally the people who are being staying in America, they will see over here cellular data, but in India or some other countries you will be getting over here mobile data. So you have to open this mobile data. In this mobile data you have to scroll down till the last, and in the last you will be getting one option over here, iCloud Drive. This iCloud Drive, I'm being strongly recommending to you guys that you have to switch this off. So you have to switch off this iCloud Drive. Generally what it is, in the same manner, if you are having this unlimited data, means this, if there is being no restriction that you can use as much as you can, then you can keep it on. What it does, basically any files, anything, whatever you are being doing in your cell phone. Suppose if you are making some files in your file section, or you're making some kind of documents in your notes section, then what it does, it will use your mobile data to upload that particular document to your iCloud account. If you don't want to use your mobile data, or you want to save your data, then you have to keep it off. And I'm recommending to you, if you're having a limited data, so make sure you have to switch it off. And at the starting, by default it is always on, so make sure you have to switch this off, iCloud Drive. So the next setting again is very important. So again you have to go to your settings app. In the settings app, you have to scroll down and you have to go to your app store. So here you can see the app store. You have to open this, and in the app store, in the last option is there, offload unused apps. So this is being very important feature in this iPhone. It just came with the iOS 14.5. So what you have to do, basically what it does, by default it is always coming with off. So by default it is always off. You have to keep this on all the time. So what it does, basically, so in our cell phone, we are having a lot of apps. So but some apps which are using which we are being using a lot, like Facebook, Twitter, WhatsApp. So these are the apps which we are using a lot, but some of the apps are there which we are not using much. So what it does, basically, if this is being on, it will automatically offload that particular apps which we are not using much. And but the thing is, the important thing is, the good feature in this, that if that particular app is being deleted, but the data whatever you have in that particular app, that will always be there, that will not be lost. So once it will automatically delete that particular app, then you can, if you want to use that app again, then that app you can get in your app library. In your app library, that app will always be there. You can again download it and you can get your data back your data will not be lost. So this is being very important feature. So I'm just recommending you that you have to switch on all the time this offload unused apps. So some people are having a difficulty in some storage and all, a lot of problem is being there regarding storage. So just to get rid of this storage problem, you can use this option. You can switch it on this offload unused apps, so that you can store some of your space in your cell phone by deleting some of the apps which you are not being using much. So the next setting again is very important. Again, you have to go to your settings app. In the settings app, so you have to go to do not disturb. So here it is, do not disturb. You have to open your do not disturb. You have to scroll down, and in the second last section, activate. So I have to open this activate section, and here you will be getting three options over here: automatically, the second one is when connected to car Bluetooth, and third one is manually. So first one is automatically. So I'm not being recommending to you to use this one automatically, because you will face a lot of problem even if you are not driving your car, or if you are being sitting with someone or you're talking, then automatically your cell phone would be gone, would go into your do not disturb mode. And again, if you want to use your cell phone, then again you have to disable that do not disturb feature. So this is being very ridiculous. So you should not have to use this one. The third one is the best one, which I'm being recommending to you guys, that you have to pick this one when connected to car Bluetooth. In this, what it is, if you are driving your car and if your cell phone is being connected with your Bluetooth, and this cell phone, it will automatically goes into do not disturb mode, and nobody can call you, and so that nobody will disturb you. And the third one is manually. That is also a good option. So it hardly takes only 1 second to keep it on manually. So do not disturb. So manually also, if you are being busy, or if you're doing any kind of work, then you can switch it on do not disturb manually also by going into the control section. So it is up to you whether second or third, whether when connected to car Bluetooth, or the third one is manually. So you can choose any of these two options. Again, you have to go back. In the go back, you are having one option over here, repeated calls. So this section is being very important. I'm being recommending that you have to switch it on all the time. So in this section, what it is there, so if a person, if your cell phone is on your do not disturb, but if a person calls you, you cannot receive that call. That's okay. But within 3 minutes, if that person again calls you, then you will get a notification on your cell phone that one person is been calling you again and again. So maybe it's kind of emergency. And also you have to keep this on repeated calls. So always should be on, so that in case of emergency, if you're driving your car, some emergency is there, and if somebody really wants to talk to you at that particular moment in case of emergency, then you will get an option, you will get a notification in your cell phone that this person is been calling you repeatedly, so you have to answer. So this repeated call, so you have to switch it on. So the next settings, again you have to go to settings app. In the settings app, you have to go to the accessibility. So here it is, accessibility. You open accessibility, then you have to go to your hearing section. In this hearing section, you will be getting one option over here, sound recognition. So in this sound recognition, what it is actually, so I'm being recommending to you guys that you have to switch off this sound recognition all the time. So this sound recognition is what, so in this, some sounds are being there, like a fire sound is there, car sound is there, cat, dog is there. So if you switch it on, so what it does, your iPhone will continuously listen for certain sounds which you have been already picked up, which you kept it on, and using on device intelligence, it will notify you when sounds may be recognized. So basically your iPhone will be continuously searching for that particular sound. So whatever sound you will be switched it on, so your iPhone will be continuously listen for that sounds only, and it will drain a lot of battery of your cell phone. So I'm being recommending to you guys that you have to switch off this sound recognition all the time. So now the next setting, again you have to go to your settings app. In the settings app, so you have to go to this Option sounds and haptics. After notifications, you have to open your sounds and haptics, and in this ringer and alert section you will be getting one option, change with buttons. So this is very important. You have to keep it on all the time. So what it does, if you switch it on, then your you can adjust your volume with your side buttons, and if you keep it off, then you cannot use your side buttons to adjust your volume of your cell phone. So I'm being recommending that you have to switch it on all the time. Just change with buttons, always switch it on. So this was the video, and these were some of the basic settings of an iPhone related to iOS 14, which every iPhone user should know and should use them. And I'm hoping that you people would like this video. If you like, please like, share and subscribe to this channel for more info about Apple products, especially for iPhone. I know that I cannot cover up all the settings of an iPhone in a single video, but I will try my best to keep updating you guys as much as I can. So please like, share and subscribe to my channel. Your single click on my subscribe button, it matters a lot to me. So thank you so much, and thanks for watching this video, and meet you guys in